Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. We are back again. We've just finished talking to Peter Fury, the trainer of Huey Fury, to check out that interview on BWTM Sports. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and, of course, hit the notification button so you don't miss out on our live shows and our live interviews. And we'll be talking to people wherever we can get them in terms of this big fight with George Groves and Chris Eubank Jr. So there'll be a lot of interviews between now and then, hopefully on the channel. So without further ado, I have my man back on the channel, Mr. Muheeb Fazeldin. How are you doing, champ?
I'm great. How are you guys doing? How's everyone doing?
Yeah, we're doing good, champ. We're doing good.
That's great.
Let's get into things very quickly for people who don't know who you are. Very quickly remind them who you are.
Yeah, my name's Muheeb. I'm a golfer now, professional fighter, boxing, campaigning at super bantam, featherweight, but most likely to be super bantam. That's it, really. That's it.
The gym you're fighting out of, by the way?
Cool Box Gym. From Cool Box Gym in East London. Great gym, great atmosphere. I'm around great people. Yeah, man, can't wait to show the boxing world what we're all about.
Of course, you were on the winning team the other day in the British beef between Chamberlain and Okoli, Lawrence Okoli being your gym mate.
Yeah, I've said that from the start. It was like the biggest hype fight for Lawrence, but it was the easiest fight in terms of opponents, if you know what I mean. I think that what's that guy called that took Lawrence the distance the first time?
Which one?
What's his name? In your call, he took him to distance 6 rounds.
I'm not sure. Remind me. I'm not sure.
I forgot his name.
Okay.
I forgot his name, but he's a better fighter than Isaac. You know what I mean? And we've always said that, like, we're just being an easy fight for Lawrence, and people have been saying, "Oh, it's a boring fight, this fight." But the way I see it is, you do what you got to do to win. It's all said and done. He's got the W, he's got the title, and he's got the money. So that's what matters the most. People's opinions don't really care.
A lot of people, one of the criticisms was the fight, it wasn't exciting. There wasn't much technical skill in it. There was a lot more hugging. It was more hugging.
If I can break that down to you.
Yeah.
It wasn't exciting. The atmosphere was exciting itself if you were there. That excitement box tick. Skill. Lawrence has been known to knock people out straight away and not go to distance. Isaac's been known to be a warrior, plug his shoulder back into place. Therefore, they both showed things that people didn't know they were going to show. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like Lawrence showed he can box, and he showed he can carry on 10 rounds. Isaac showed he's not really that worried that everyone thinks he is. You know what I'm saying? Because really and truly, if you see who was hugging, it was Isaac was really hugging. You know what I mean? Not disrespect him, but he was the one that's really hugging. Well, that's a long story cut short. It was a fight that both of them had to take in their career, take him, elevate him to the next level, and they both. Lawrence has gone to bigger and better things. Isaac breaking his back in it again. You know what I mean? So it's good. It's good for boxing. It's good for their career. That's what matters, really.
But the one of the hardest criticisms now is that there was more wrestling in there than a WWF or WWE event.
Yeah, you know as much as I do that. No disrespect, and you know I like the channel because you lot talk real. And there's all of these guys that's talking this crud. They don't know shit about boxing. Simple as that. These guys don't know shit. They probably haven't seen at home watching eating a hot dog. You know what I mean? For real though. How can you say there's a lot more hugging? Isaac was hugging for safety. Do you guys? I don't understand why people like seeing someone laid out cold. If you can avoid being laid out, then avoid it. That's what Isaac was doing. Avoid getting laid out cold. He's got a family. He's got a home to go to. You know what I mean? Boxing is dangerous. These people don't know shit about boxing.
What do you think of Okoli? The way Okoli went about the approach of the fight. You think that he could have kind of stepped off and kind of shown more of his skills?
Why step off? That helped him sold in the arena. He sold out all too. It's boxing. I'm not here. You're not here to make friends. You know what I mean? You've got all the school years, all the time outside the gym to make friends. I'm not here in boxing gym to make friends. You know what I mean? I got friends. Fuck that. I'm not here trying to do my shit and trying to sell tickets. And he did everything to a T. It's perfect. Both of them did everything to a T.
So okay, moving forward, have you seen Okoli since the win?
Yeah, of course I did. It's just the same old guy that was before that fight was announced. He's hungry. He's ready to go get some more wins and more title. And that's with everyone in the gym. Positive energy rubs off everyone. You know what I mean? I'm here getting ready for my fight. We've got Dan getting ready for his fight in March. Then March, Umar's getting ready for his fight next weekend, 24th April. And we're all rubbing off each other. When one's fighting, we all fight, if you know what I mean. When one's in camp, we're all training in camp.
It was quite interesting because I had a very interesting perspective for this fight because I had you in the Okoli camp and I had Eric Makonzo, who was in the Chamberlain camp. So it was nice to hear both different views and obviously one guy to win and one guy to lose.
Yeah, but see what it is? People say, oh, he's sparred Usyk, or he's done this, or he's done that. Okay, big shout out to him, yeah, 100%. He takes heart and everything to go there. You're a good fighter, but this level, boxing is all about levels. It's all about levels. And I did say in one of my interviews, it come too early for Chamberlain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Lawrence has been there with the best. You know, he's been to Olympics. He's been to world thingies. He didn't get signed because of his uncle. He signed because of what he's achieved. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That plays a big role as well. And he's used to these big lights. We all seen how Isaac kind of frozen on the big stage. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough. Let's talk.
What I think about is one thing that I've got to take my hat off to both fighters.
Yep.
They've done what a lot of world champions haven't done till this day. You know what I mean? Yeah,
well, to sell out to do the O2 was quite a big thing.
Selling out to fight. It's like I say that because I'm talking like because I've been in this position. When that boxer said it was in a Jeep, that was a risky fight for me to take early on my career. I took it, and guess what? It's taught me a lot. So I'm ready for these big fights. They did the same. They took a highly anticipated fight early on. So when they come to the big stage, they know what to expect. So therefore, shout out to them, you know, for taking these fights. I rate people like that take 50-50 fights. You know what I mean? Okay, you got to learn your learning fights, but in between them, have a little tear up.
Okay.
Or a tear up, or supposed to be a tear up, but it doesn't have to.
Okay, in terms of tear ups, there's a man that's fighting Richard Riakporhe. Do you know who he is?
Richard who?
Richard Riakporhe. Supposedly, the Okoli fight was they were going to fight Richard Riakporhe and Okoli.
From Ringy camp, from Chamberlain camp, Richard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell you know anything about this? Richard is saying that Okoli basically shied away from the fight.
All right. Okay. Look. It's funny because boxing's weird. They're friends. They're cool. Okay. Okoli likes Richard. 1, 2, 3. Blah blah blah. But let me tell you something. If Okoli happened to fight Richard, a fight before Chamberlain, what is there in for Okoli? Okoli's set on a certain money. Eddie Hearn's giving him certain money. So therefore, he's kind of putting Richard on. He's giving Richard money. But if he fights him and knocks Richard out, then what's going to happen? They're going to know the tactics for Okoli and they're going to be like, they're going to have an insight of the camp. Now, on the second hand, if Okoli has a hard fight, that's going to, the attention for Okoli and Chamberlain fight won't be as big as it is now. So it's either two. Either these guys were lying about the fight, or Ted didn't want Chambers to cash out. You know what I mean? Because if that fight looked a bit rocky, bloody hell, the Okoli and Chamberlain won't happen. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You kind of get it.
I get that. Of course, I get that.
It's like, yeah, but now, let's be realistic. Not everyone would want to fight Okoli.
Well, Richard's saying he.
I'm not saying I'm team. I'm just because I train all life or I'm friends with Lawrence. But I'm just saying the truth. Everyone would want to fight him now. He's kind of the cash cow in England. You know what I mean? He's generating money. He's going to generate more and more money. He sold out the O2 himself. Isaac didn't really do a lot of selling. You know what I mean? He did a lot. Lawrence did a lot of selling. Do you know what I mean? He's got the right backing. He's got Eddie. He's got Joshua. He's got a right team behind him, and he trains hard and he can fight. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Fair enough. What about Joshua Buatsi? He looked masterful.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah, I think he's I think it's light heavy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's one of the, I've seen him. He came to gym, did spar, and spoke to him a few times. Like, I think he's one of the nicest guys in boxing.
Right.
But at the same time, he's very, very sharp. He's like, I think gives a trouble to a lot of people. To a lot of people in the light heavy. Probably nearly everyone in England.
You know,
See, I already rate him better than what's it called, Anthony Yard.
Oh, that's interesting.
I personally rate. I think you do the same, but you try to not be biased. But everyone in the world knows what they'll beat Yard. Be realistic. It's going to be another Chamberlain and a Coley fight, and we know all the winner, but we just don't want to say it. You know what I mean?
I mean, Buatsi, one guy I've seen that Eddie Hearn's got around him that I think, you know what, he's not into all the hype. He's a man about the business. You know, there's certain guys who
just keep it moving. You know
yeah.
Literally, I'll tell you something. There's a lot of people in boxing that on about the hype, but really and truly, when it's all said and done, I'm gonna give you a real life example. Boxing, like, okay, you can fight on the street. It's the same as a fight in the ring, but there's going to be no cameras involved or nothing in the street. But in a ring, there's going to be cameras. So therefore, that's when you realize that's when all the hype goes. After you're going to hype up the fight, come say a few things on the interview, and 1, 2, 3. And after that, guess what? It's reality. You know what I mean? You got a reality check because you got to go in there and fight regardless. Your promoter, your manager, people around you ain't going to be there around you to hype up the fight anymore when punches are thrown at you. So you just got to keep it stepping.
Is Joshua Buatsi small as a light heavyweight, or is it just my imagination?
I don't know. I've never been up like, I don't know. You know, he looks small because he's not hench or anything like that. But
he can punch and he's accurate.
Yeah, he can punch. He's got wicker. I think he's like, do you know when someone says the heavy bone, like
it's
just a thick set, but they're not thick in looking wise. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
So that's what I think. And sometimes, legs hold a lot of weight than the upper body. People have big upper body and small legs.
And that's why there's some guys who are in heavier weight divisions, not because they're actually physically bigger, but their legs carry that much more weight.
Yeah, that's like me. That's why I think when people say, oh, you can make bantam because you're small, I'm like, no, but my legs are massive for super bantam anyway. So, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. The same thing with Naz, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Just the legs.
Right. Very quickly, Carson Jones and Ted Cheeseman.
Man, shit. Carson Jones. Do you know what? People thought Carson Jones was gonna come and beat faster the first few rounds and then tire out. But wait, he was there till the last. You know what I mean? And you know what? Carson Jones always gives you value for money.
Of course.
Always, man. And I don't know. I've heard him say he's gonna pack it in on one more fight. Well, I wish him nothing but the best in future. He deserves nothing but the best. Yeah,
I like Carson. Got a lot of time for him. Did you get to see the 3-part series we did on Carson Jones?
Yeah, I did. I seen the Instagram. I was with you guys.
Yeah.
I was with you guys.
What did you think?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Bro, listen, can I just call you back in 2 seconds?
Okay, cool.
Or if you can pause for 1 minute.
I can pause for 1 minute. Yeah, I'll pause for a minute. You go ahead. Do what you got to do.
All right, 1 second.
The beauty of live internet streaming, you can't edit this out. It's raw and direct. And if man's on road doing interviews, then that's just the way it's going to be. So we're with Muheeb Fazeldin, unbeaten, super bantamweight, featherweight. Love to have Muheeb on the show because he's straight talking, tells you straight as it is. No BS, no hype talk, just proper straight down the line. So I'm going to look forward to hear what he's got to say in terms of the fight coming up with George Groves and Chris Eubank Jr. It's a mouth-watering contest, as one man would say. Generally, this is a great contest we're looking forward to. I think we're going to get a barn burner of a fight with Eubank Jr. and George Groves. So many question marks about the fight. We're just waiting for Muheeb to come back. He's just talked about Okoli and Chamberlain. His thoughts are that people don't know what they're talking about when they're talking about boxing most of the time. Both men had to make some money. Okoli's won his fight. Time to move on. So, yeah, he's just talking about that. Talked about Carson Jones, possibly Carson Jones having one more fight and quitting. We will have to see what Carson's got to say about that when we speak to him again. Hopefully, we'll talk to him today. We're going to try and talk to some other people. Of course, if you're just joining us, We have just finished talking to Peter Fury, talking about Sam Sexton, talking about the fight with George Groves. He gave us a breakdown, a great breakdown. Peter Fury gives a great breakdown on George Groves versus Chris Eubank Jr. He also spoke about White versus Brown, Joshua versus Parker. Gave us an insight about the young heavyweights in terms of Dubois. We talked about Joe Joyce in his career, Deontay Wilder's fight against Luis Ortiz, and just gave an overview of fighters in general and what they need to do to be good fighters, and how we talked about Eubank Jr. and his father Senior, and how Eubank Senior's protected his son, and now he's out on the leash to fight George Groves, and he thinks that he's done a pretty good job with him. So yeah, we're just waiting for Muheeb to come back. If he's going to come back, he might not come back, which is going to be a shame because we want him back for the show to do the George Groves bit. Let's see if you've got him, if he's still there or not. While you're at it and you're in the room, thank you for joining us. If you're listening to this live over YouTube, let us know where you're from. We'll give you a shout out while we're waiting for Mr. Muheeb Fazeldin, the flashy Faz, to come back unbeaten. We're looking forward to seeing him fight again in March and following him around. If you want to know more about Muheeb Fazeldin, of course, check out the interview with him we've got on the channel. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM. So check that out as well. Also, shout out to Eric Maconzo. Eric Maconzo, who has been on our channel several times. He was in, obviously, the team Chamberlain that night. He has a fight coming up tonight, live on Dave TV. He's fighting the very talented Willie Hutchinson. So good afternoon, Tanaka Kays. Good afternoon to you, Notorious One. Hope you're doing well. Beowulf Boxing, my brother, how you doing? Good to see you in the room. Realistic Boxing, thank you so much for listening to us in the afternoon. Tosh Bear, Grills, Jake Jr., Malone, shout out to you.
Hello.
Yes, Muheeb Fazeldin and Ryan Goodwin. Good to see you. Right, Muheeb, you're back with us.
Yeah, sorry, we were just trying to break down. I have to nip it quickly because that's that one.
Okay, great. Now let's talk Groves versus Eubank Jr.
Boy, it doesn't get real in this conversation, does it?
No, it doesn't. I just said to people, when man's on road and it's live, that's the way we like it.
Sorry about everyone, but it's a must.
Okay, so let's talk Eubank Jr. versus Groves. Your breakdown, your thoughts.
Yeah. First of all, I gotta say, I put it out there. I'm disappointed. It's semi-final. It should have been a final. This one.
Right.
But it's a great fight, man. A lovely fight. But I'm going towards. It's a hard one, but I'm not sitting on the fence. But I'm going towards Eubanks. Okay.
Why?
For a start, Eubanks. I think engine-wise, work rate. Maybe he hasn't got power like what's his name?
Groves.
But he does work hard and he's vicious with him. He's vicious with this, so it's most likely the ref is gonna stop it, because he has that assault on someone.
Okay.
And Groves got that slippery style, but we've seen him like when he gets emotionally attached, e.g. against Frutch. You know what happens when he?
Yeah.
And I really think he's emotionally attached to this fight.
Okay.
So that's why, but it's going to be a great fight. No, it's not an easy fight for Eubank. 100% no, it's probably one of the hardest fights, or it is going to be the hardest fight of his career. But I'm edging towards Eubank. If he comes through this one, then he's what his dad and him say they are. If you know what I mean.
Let me ask you this question. Last night when I was breaking the fight down, I couldn't say for either man that I felt confident in either man. I could say, well, I'd go for Groves, I'd go for Eubank, but I was always butting all the time.
I 100% agree with you. That's why I said I'm on the fence, but I don't like being on the fence. But Eubank kind of ticks majority of the boxes for me personally. But it's one of them fights that even you or me or anyone, I have a hard time to break it down and be 100% sure what they're saying. You know what I mean? No fighter is 100% going to go into this fight. Like, no fighter, of course, every fighter is going to think they're going to win. But no fighter, there's people like fans or people that are commenting about boxing are going to be like, you know what, 100% I'm putting 10,000 on this guy to win. Nah, I don't believe that.
What do you think are going to be the key points to this fight to either man winning?
I think for Groves, he should do what what's his name did? Saunders. From the start, you know what I mean? Don't let Eubank get in his rhythm.
Okay.
Don't let, because once he gets in his rhythm, he's got a great machine, great engine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll keep on going, and maybe people say it doesn't hit hard for super middle, but it looks on TV and he looks for the referee that you're getting peppered 10, 20, 30 shots at one time. It's not safe. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, again, it's easy said than done. I can be out here, you can be out here commenting about boxing, but it's totally different story when that first bell goes. Okay.
I did a breakdown in terms of strategy for the fight. Let me know what you think. Some people, there was one guy thought I was talking a whole heap of rubbish, as they do on the show yesterday. Let me know what you think of his strategy. I said for Groves, he's got to use the jab. He's got to ensure Eubank Jr. is able to plant his feet, which means he's got to use the jab, lots of herky-jerky movement, lots of feints with the jab, and allow Eubank to counter Eubank when he comes in, hitting him with a straight right hand. And when he's in close, tie him up and walk him back to the ropes. That's for Groves. Your thoughts?
I think that's perfect. That's exactly what I've just said without you even telling me that before. That's exactly what Sandra did at the start, at the first 6 rounds. Jab him, jab his way, starts on the jab, keeps moving, don't let him plant his feet, don't let him get into a rhythm. That's it. Yeah, you've nailed it in my eyes.
And for Eubank Jr., I think he's got to get on top of Groves. I think he's got to get on top of Groves, but when he gets on top of Groves, he's got to be careful because Groves, as you know, can throw a wicked body shot with his back against the ropes. Team Eubank need to be careful because they need to look at Groves, what he did against Cox. His back was against the ropes and he still was able to get leverage to knock Cox out with that body shot. And Eubank has got a great chin, but we don't know what he's like taking heavy body shots.
One thing I can say about that is Eubank should be careful when he's pushing him back, pushing him forward, whatever he's doing, should be careful because we all know Groves got that bank and Groves can punch. He's dropped Frutch, and Frutch's got a mad chin, hasn't he? As we all know.
There you go.
I'm not a big fan of his, but I give credit where it's due. Do you know what I mean? He's got a good chin and he's dropped him. So, therefore, that shows Groves can punch. Groves can really punch. And we've seen it against Cox as well, about the body punches. But, yeah, again, with Eubank, I think, once he let his hands go, it's one of them assault that your opponent will find it hard to throw anything but to cover up.
Okay, let me throw this at you. What's Chris Eubank Jr.'s signature win?
Chris Eubank Jr.?
Yeah.
What do you mean by a signature win?
The win that you could say, yeah, that's the fight that's made him.
Oh, from before or including this one?
Yeah, forget the Groves fight. Before.
I don't know. That's what everyone's saying. That's the downside to Eubank. That's why people calling Groves as the world champion, and they're saying that's where Eubanks want to be. Because if he wins this, then yes, he is a world champion.
Well, okay.
But I'm sure he boxed Arthur Abraham. He's a good fighter, but it's not a signature win. But Groves would be a signature win.
That's the sound of the police. Whoop whoop. What about Groves? What's Groves' signature win?
Groves hasn't got a signature win, but he's got a signature fight and a signature loss.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So neither guy have got a signature win to them.
No, they haven't, but Groves has been in the harder fight.
Yeah, but he's been beating the harder fights.
Yeah, but he's shown class as well. You know what I mean? The first one, I don't believe he's been beaten. I don't believe he's been beaten, the first one. You know what I mean? The first against Frutch. I don't think he lost that one. I think the referee stopped it early because it was boxing politics. The second fight, I think he just got greedy with the money. It come too early for him. I just got greedy with the money.
I thought both fights came too soon for George Groves. I said it in my preview fight for the first one.
But the first fight, we've seen him handle himself. The second fight, he kind of let me down. He was so rubbish from the get go. So that's why I think money motivated. It was money motivated for that fight, not really boxing motivated. The first one, he was boxing motivated. Do you know what I mean? So therefore, I've said, but yeah, again, Froch has said the same thing about Eubank. He's been in the ring sparring. I know sparring is not exactly the same as fighting. It's not. Matter of fact, it's not like fighting. It's out of literally sparring and fighting is two different things. But at the same time, you're still getting hit in sparring.
But hold on.
Froch said it himself.
Yeah, but you're getting hit in sparring with big head guard and gloves. How can you tell a man?
I've seen guys get knocked out in sparring, but yeah, getting the world titles in fight. But yeah, talking about myself, I'm the guy who wants to be the best of me in sparring, but come fight night, I'm sure. I mean, that's what I mean. Sometimes
you're starting to break up, Muheeb. You're starting to break up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're starting to break up, bro.
Hello?
Hello, you're starting to break up, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, break up real bad.
I can't break back.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, all right. We've got Muheeb. We're just going to finish off this interview with him. I think you all enjoy listening to the Flashy Faz.
Hello?
Yes, Flashy Faz.
Yeah, sorry. It's just a connection because I'm outside.
Okay, right. We're going to close up. So, yeah, I was going to say sparring. I'm concerned that Eubank keeps going on about these sparring sessions, but sparring sessions mean nothing with big head guards and big gloves.
Sparring sessions are nothing. You should never, ever take. But if Eubank is going there with thinking that he sparred with Froch and Froch didn't hit him, then he's in for a shock. Sparring session is nothing, but a sparring session is just the, how can I say, the skeleton of something. Like, it just shows kind of where you are and what you're capable of doing and what you're going to do. That's it. You don't show what you can take and what you can give or anything like that. Some people are not really motivated to hit you in sparring.
Yeah, that's true.
People just want to spar to learn, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. One final thing. I have one question mark about Chris Eubank Jr. He looks like a bully, but I don't know if he is a bully.
To be honest, I've boxed on one show where I was in the same bill as Chris Eubank, and after that, I've never seen him in my life. But people say he's a nice guy. People say he's a bully. I don't think he's a bully.
But when I mean that,
to be your friend in the ring.
No. Let me clarify those comments before people start jumping on. Listening. What I mean by that, by him being a bully, the sort of videos he puts out are videos of him beating guys up and seeing them knocked out and sparring. You never see videos of him, apart from the Groves, the Froch one, of him in 50-50 spars. Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe he is the real deal that he's saying that. Maybe he is beating up every guy in sparring. You know what I mean?
But the quality of the sparring partners.
We don't know. I don't know. Do you know who he sparred with?
You tell me.
I don't know. I'm not part of his camp. I don't know him like that. I'm just a rapper and I'm just a boxing fan. I'm just looking for
That's what I'm saying to you.
It's not a bully. Do you know what it is? When it's all said and done, boxing is different. Your fighter image is different than your personal image. You can't call a guy a bully because he's beating people.
No.
I don't condone that type of behavior myself.
Yeah.
I don't agree with hurting your sparring partners. My way of sparring is different. My way of sparring is, I believe they should hit me hard, but if I got them going, then I pull back, I stop, or we change opponents, or we end around there and then.
Yeah.
I want them to come back. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? The bully.
Just because I don't like paying for sparring.
Yeah, the bully mentality is, well, okay, I don't mind dishing it up on you and really landing loads of combinations on you, but when he starts coming back my way, I don't like it. We don't know if Eubank can actually, when the going gets tough, he can get going.
We don't know that.
That's what I'm saying.
We've heard Froch say he can keep on going.
But that's the sparring.
As you see, we are talking about sparring now, aren't we?
Yeah, we are talking sparring. We're not talking about big fight.
That's what I'm talking about, sparring. We know he can keep on going sparring, but yeah, again, that's with gloves and stuff like that. So we don't know, man. It's one of them fights that's gonna reveal a lot about both fighters.
Final question. The Adam Booth. If Adam Booth was training George Groves, or who's the best trainer Groves has had? Booth, Fitzpatrick, or the PE teacher McGuigan, according to Eubank Senior?
I don't know. You know, I don't know nothing about that other guy, the old man with the hat he had on. I don't know nothing about the PE teacher McGuigan. He was one of the gyms that I might have joined up when I first come to London, but I've totally took a note of that one. And Booth probably is the only name that I really know, and is a very highly respected trainer in the game. But,
right.
But I don't know if he was some top trainers are not good for certain fighters, and certain fighters are not good for top trainers. Depends if they gel.
Okay, right. Somebody said Muheeb is a casual. What do you got to say about that, Muheeb?
What did he say?
Some guy, Tubes, has said Muheeb's a casual.
What does he mean by casual?
Means you're casual. You don't follow boxing too much.
I'm a boxer. I don't follow boxing. I'm a boxer. Boxing follows me. You can't. Some people, man, it's like casual. Like, I don't follow boxing. No, I don't.
Notorious One says Brian, best trainer, top geezer. Says the Notorious One.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right. Brian's one of the best people I know. In and out of the ring, in and out of the gym. He's a very good man. Very humble. Very helpful. Very good man. Very good man.
I think he's got something else to say to you. I didn't get his message earlier, but it's I think he is the Notorious One. I think some of his messages got deleted, not by me though. The Nightbot. Yeah, finally, Goguja says there couple of things. He says he thinks Muheeb is a bit harsh on Isaac. I thought Okoli did just as much hugging and holding all night. Referee warned him several times.
No, but what I'm going to say is it's a good point. But, you know, if me and you are sparring or me and you are fighting and you're hugging me, I can't work on the inside. So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to hug you to push me away. I'm not harsh on him. Like I said, I give him credit for what he's done. He's a great fighter. I wish him nothing but the best. And I hope, we all hope, and we are going to see him in the future in big fights. But I think who started holding was Isaac. And a lot of people, even experts, I ain't an expert in breaking down fights, but experts said there was a big size difference and big power difference. And when he felt the power, of course, and that's one thing every guy would do, is on a survival mode. So I'm not being harsh on him. I'm just stating facts. Okay.
Darren puts it quite bluntly regarding Groves. He says, Groves all the way. Eubank just hype. One good fight he had was Billy Joe Saunders, and he lost, outclassed. That's George.
Yeah. Them fighters are gonna have two type of fans. People like that guy there to cussing him, and people like other people that love him. I'm standing in the middle. I want to see. He's like, Eubank is a similar guy like Anthony Yard that we all want to see what he's capable of doing when he's under pressure. And Groves will put him under pressure. Groves is going to check his chin, he's going to guts, he's going to check his heart, he's going to check everything. So that's why we're looking forward. That's why everyone's finding it hard to pick a fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Groves
has been in them hard fights. But do we know how much is took out of him? We don't.
Absolutely. Muheeb, do you have anything final to say in terms of people following you and stuff like that?
Well, thank you all for listening, man. Appreciate your time. Fight should be fighting in end of March, April. Got a big fight, decent opponent. Looking to get certain names, but I'm not going to reveal them now. But I'm going to reveal them first time on this channel anyway when I get the names. But yeah, going to be a good strap season this season. We're getting all the belts. And yeah, man, follow me on Twitter, Muheeb Faz, Instagram, Muheeb Fazeldin, Facebook, Muheeb Fazeldin. Get at me, people. You know what I mean? Let me know what you all think.
And also, you're on Facebook, are you?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, yeah.
Didn't know you're on Facebook. I've got to add you to our group. You've got to come in and come to our Facebook group.
Yeah, I'll definitely do. I need to come right big on Facebook like that, but I'll definitely do. So text me the names, I'll add you.
Okay. BWTM Sports Group on BWTM Sports Channel. So check it out on Facebook. Muheeb, Muheeb Fazeldin, I'd love to do a mini doc on you, a day in the life of Muheeb Fazeldin. That'd be great to do.
Yeah, definitely. You know what the gym at, man. They'll all love you in there, man. You're welcome in there. It's a friendly environment. You might, whenever you're ready.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Definitely.
Right.
People, how what did they say? How casual we are in boxing.
Yeah, casual you are in boxing.
I hope he's listening. I can't believe someone said that. Like, boxers don't really follow boxers. That's why we're boxers. We don't break down fight.
Oh, we've got people here. We've got people here jumping in the room. They've got in. Do you think Eubank not having a trainer will be his downfall in this fight? I think that's why he lost to Billy Joe Saunders. Cobra, UK.
That's a good one. That's a good question because everyone said that. I've seen that come up in a few interviews. Did he really say you don't need a trainer?
Yeah, he did say that.
Oh, well, I don't know. In my opinion, you need a trainer because sometimes a fighter can't see from inside the ring. Someone from outside the ring has to tell you what's going. Fight back, say, "Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that." So I agree with that guy. I think he really needs a trainer.
Eubank won late rounds, so Billy Joe Saunders was hardly outclassed as Copain 09.
That's what exactly we said. We won the late rounds because I think Billy Joe getting gassed and he stopped. He didn't stick to the game plan. But yeah, when he was boxing him and ping him moving, that's what I said about Groves. He should get on his case like from early rounds.
Copain 09 says Floyd had the fundamentals down, so Floyd didn't need a trainer at the end of his career. That's pretty true. I guess you just polishing himself up really at the end.
Yeah, but Floyd didn't need a trainer, but he's never mentioned that he didn't need a trainer. He always listened when he went back to the corner.
Absolutely.
So, as a boxer, like I said, taking back to that point where we were being called casuals, everyone's got his job to do. A fighter's got his job to do to fight. A trainer got his job to do to train. Fight breaking guy up, a guy that breaks the fight up got his job to do to break a fight up. So everyone has to play their role to be a successful team. You know what I mean? You can't be playing every role. Okay.
CM Fox says, will Senior wear his jopers? I don't know. I hope. Well, I don't know.
No, he doesn't. He's more excited than the fight. Every fight that Eubank fights, and I like watching that. I think he's exciting.
Notorious One says, "Bring me down, Ingram." Well, I don't know what he means by that. I'm not understanding.
He wants you to bring him down when they would flash you.
Oh yeah. Definitely Notorious One. Definitely. Darren says,
"Who's Notorious One?"
I think Notorious One. That's Notorious One. I think it's the guy.
Come on. Bring him down to the gym as well.
Look at Groves Cox. Cox was trying to rush George, and look what happened. Eubank will try the same, but not walking through Groves from straight right.
Exactly what we said. Groves is dangerous at any position given, any time, any moment is dangerous. Being walked back, being outboxed is dangerous because we know he's got that dig.
Okay, Eubank will be too fast for Groves and punish him all night, says Marky BA.
Yeah, we said that as well. So it's one of them fights that everything that's been said about this fight is right. Yeah,
well, I disagree with the speed thing because timing beats speed.
What Groves, what's it called? Eubank, he's got timing and speed. You've seen against his last guy, that Turkish guy with the uppercut, sweet.
But we've also seen him get hit with stupid punches as well. He's not defensively smart.
The caliber of opponent, happens to me sometimes. When you think you're outboxing a guy, kind of let your guard down a little bit.
He was getting nailed clean by what's his name? What's the guy's name? Spike O'Sullivan.
Yeah, Spike O'Sullivan was no joke.
I know.
I like him. He's a good guy. He's always making fun of his mother-in-law. I like him for that. No one likes a mother-in-law, do they?
People are just jumping in the room now. Tube says, if Eubank loses, he's finished.
No.
Okay.
Eubank's not fighting for titles. He's fighting for money, like his dad said.
Crucial YGN says this is a 60-40 fight.
Both ways it could be. It depends who turns up, which Groves and which Eubank turn
up. Benjamin Franklin says, do you think Eubank can get Groves power? Can take Groves power?
We know he can take shots, but I don't know about Groves power. Yellow man. We know he can take shots and everything, man. But it's hard to say. Like I said about everyone that's jumping in this room now and everything. It's hard to explain this fight. Very, very hard. Very hard. Because you know what? Groves is no mug. He's no joke at all. Like, he would beat you on his bad day and on his good day. He's a world champion for a reason.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I believe James DeGale's one of my favorite fighters. Well, apart from the loss he's had that upset me because he gave away. And Groves beat DeGale. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
And it was a close fight, but to be close to the slick fighter like that. So Groves has kind of been in there, if you know what I mean. Been in there. It's not a significant win, but it's been in there with certain top athlete fighters. You know
Darren thinks that's why it's going to be a good fight, a mega fight, and that's why Eubank's going to get found out.
A lot of people said that. He's right. But what if he wins?
Yeah.
Are we going to give him the credit he deserves?
Could say that. People then say, well, George Groves was old anyway.
Yeah. See, that's with boxing, you can't please everyone.
No, you can't.
And you can't take what people say to heart. Because boxing it's a sport where everyone's got an opinion, you know what I mean? That's why certain fighters just keep it moving, keep it stepping.
The notorious one is Atif Hussein.
Atiq Hussein.
Yes.
Bring him down. Bring him down. Bring him down.
Okay. Darren says timing and power beat speed. We mentioned that. Tosh Bear Grills Jr. Malone says 2 words. Renault Quinlan.
Say that again?
Renault Quinlan. That's the guy who...
the guy that beat the girl?
No, the guy who won for the IBO title.
IBO title. Oh, yeah, that's the guy that beat... that Groves, Junior beat for the IBO title.
Yeah.
Well, so what about him?
Yeah, he was just laughing about it. He's got laughing there.
Yeah, I think the same, basically, like what me and you said.
Yeah.
Basically, they're trying to say, who has he beat to be in this position?
Exactly.
Yeah, we understand. But let's not forget, boxing is weird. It's not about who you beat now. Your second name or people you know means more than who you beat and what you're capable of doing.
True.
So, therefore, Eubank's got a big, massive head start. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Massive head start. But yeah, with that being said, you can fight. It's not like other fighters.
Froch is back in junior.
Huh?
Froch is back in junior.
Yeah, of course, because he don't like
Groves.
Groves, yeah. That's why anyone that's so sure about who's gonna win in this fight, they got hate against the other guys, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh, they part of certain man's camp. Like if I was part of Eubank's camp, I'd say yeah, 100% Eubank. But I'm just not. I don't know. I'm just a guy from outside. I don't know none of these guys. I'm just being fair. I think it's a split down the fight. You know, there's no favorite in this fight. There's literally no favorite.
Yeah.
They're both great fighters, and you know what? Whoever wins or loses after this, realistically, they're all gonna be upset about the loss. But realistically, they didn't lose to a bomb or anything like that. So shout out to them guys for being in a competition like that and taking the fight. You know what I mean? Good for boxing.
Steve Cully says this is the making of a classic. Good luck to both boxers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I like to hear, man. Good luck to both boxers. It could be another big classic.
Spartacus, the Great says Froch won. Froch Groves won was a fixed fight.
Yeah, I think the second one was 100% you ain't lying.
Cobra UK says no. Froch sparred Eubank. He's been praising him for years since the spar. It's on YouTube. Check it out.
I have not checked it out, but I would look into it. Yeah.
Yeah. CM Fox says so. He took Froch's shots in sparring gear. Doesn't mean he'll take Groves shots in the ring.
That's exactly what we said. Sparring don't tell you a lot.
Exactly.
It's the foundation of what a person can do.
Because if Eubank can't take Groves' punch power, then the fight's more or less done.
We don't know, man. Depends what fights there. Don't forget, he's a super middle now. He can make middle. He'll probably go. There's bigger fights at middle for him. And with that being said, I don't know if he wins, then he's set for a massive showdown with super middle.
Yeah.
Maybe if he wants to go down to middle, Billy Joe for the world title. But once you win that WBA, that's a legitimate world title. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So there's a lot of options. Win, lose, or draw. A lot of option opens there.
Final point comes from Darren Mulvey. He says, look at all the fights Eubank refused. Gave up British belt because he wouldn't fight Tommy Langford. Langford, great boxer.
Say that again, so I didn't get what he said.
He says, look at all the fights Eubank refused. Gave up British belt because he wouldn't fight Tommy Langford. I don't think Tommy Langford would beat Eubank, to be honest. Not after what happened to him.
He never would have done anything to Pingy. So I'm sure Tommy Langford boxed that British title against Sam Sheedy.
What's that?
Am I right? Tommy Langford defended he boxed against Sam Sheedy.
He did. Yeah, he did.
And you're telling me he can beat Eubank?
Okay.
He went the distance with the Sheedy, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
There's levels, and Eubank is listen. Eubank can beat Langford. Eubank can beat Langford.
Anything, he says, Butterbeaning says, anything involving Hearn is dodgy on the Frotch issue.
Say that again, anything involved with Hearn.
That's what Butterbeaning is saying. A last point here, 12 rounds, schooling. If Groves gets behind the jab, then bangs hard when Junior gets frustrated with wild misses. Can see past Groves, to be honest.
Back to what the start of the conversation, what me and you were talking about.
Everyone
of us here, everyone that's listening, that's talking, everyone has got an opinion on this fight, and there is no wrong answer.
There isn't.
If he can stay on the jab, if he can throw the backhand, because all this is going to happen within as long as the fight lasts.
Of course.
But we don't know which fighter is going to do what to retaliate to what's been set in front of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So we all know, like I've heard Eddie says, Groves and Shane, the PE teacher, they're going to stick to a game plan. But that might be the winning formula. That he's not getting too big for his shoes and he's got to listen to a trainer. That might be the downfall of Eubank that's not listening to a trainer. See the difference? There's a lot of things that we can talk about this fight.
Absolutely. Right, I'm going to close now. I'm going to let you get off because man's on road, as they say, and you've got things to get to do.
Yeah, I'm off to the gym now. This Friday prayer, I'm off to the gym.
Okay, fantastic.
I'll see you guys next week, hopefully, or the week after.
Absolutely. And also, check out Eric Mokonzo, the guy who you were talking to over Twitter. He's fighting tonight on Dave TV against Willie Hutchinson.
Who was I talking to?
On Twitter. Remember, he was from Chamberlain. He was from Chamberlain's corner. Remember, Chamberlain's camp.
Was I talking to him on Twitter?
Yeah, because there were difference of opinion. You were going with Coley, he was going with Chamberlain. Remember?
Oh, yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, man, good luck to him. Is he fighting today?
He's fighting Willie Hutchinson tonight, live on Dave TV on David Hayes' card.
Oh, on your call?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, good luck to him, man. Whoever's listening, if he's listening, good luck. Go handle business, champ.
That was he's a late replacement. He's meant to be fighting in 2 weeks from now, but he took the fight.
Late replacement, though. If he took the fight, then he's a warrior and he knows what he's capable of doing, and we all wish him luck. And I think someone like him who just takes the fight late, don't really need luck because, do you know what I mean? They've put in the graft over the years, so handle business, champ.
Continue to have a blessed day, my brother, and I'll speak to you soon.
You too. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Take care, champ.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
So that's my man there, Muheeb Fazeldin. Gives a great interview and gives us great insight into the world of boxing, keeps it straight and honest all the time. If you haven't already checked out our interview with Peter Fury, we did that about an hour ago. We spoke to Peter Fury, his views on Groves versus Eubank Jr., talked about the Hughie Fury fight with Sexton. So check out the interview as well. Check that out. We will continue to be doing where we can to get interviews today. So I'm going to try and do what I can to get the interviews. My apologies for not being on sooner. We were disconnected from the internet for a month, relocation issues, but now we've got the internet back up and we're back. Check out the interviews. Check out our 3-part series documentary on Carson Jones when he was with Ted Cheeseman, the lead up to Ted Cheeseman fight. We spent the week in camp with Carson Jones. A fascinating look at Carson Jones as he's coming to the Cheeseman fight. So good to look at it as well. Also, what else can I tell you? Yeah, check out also our live show last night. We did talking about Groves versus Eubank Jr. with special guest Eric Mokonzo, who fights tonight on Dave TV against Willie Hutchinson. He's a late replacement, so he'll be fighting Willie Hutchinson tonight. He was scheduled to fight Eric Mokonzo on March the 3rd, I believe. but he took the fight. So, by the way, I hope you enjoyed the documentary. It's the first time I've ever even attempted to try and do a documentary. Fingers crossed, we're going to be trying to do something special on Hughie Fury with the channel as well. So stay tuned with that as well. We're going to try and do a lot more of these mini docs. I think they're far more interesting than just spooling off interviews. I hope you enjoyed their mini doc. Those who've watched it, BWTM Sports is back. We'll see you soon. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments, and share the video as always. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you.